There are certain stories I tell here that the world has categories for: grief, loss, healing. The world gives us language, imperfect but usable, and we work within it. But tonight's story is different. Tonight, I want to talk about a connection that the world has no adequate name for. They call it twin flame, twin soul, the other half. And all of those names point toward the truth without quite touching it. The way a shadow traces the shape of a thing without being the thing itself. Because what I'm describing, what you may be living inside of right now, is not a concept. It is a felt experience. A vibration, a hum, a pulse between two people that never stops. Not when they sleep, not when they fight, not when one of them leaves the room for an hour and the other feels the absence like a draft through an open window. It is the most intimate thing a human being can experience, and it is almost impossible to put into words. But I'm going to try. Not for the people who need to be convinced, for the ones who need to be seen. A twin soul is not merely a great love, but there is an infinite amount of love between them. A great love is beautiful. A great love is a gift. You can have many great loves in one lifetime, and every one of them will teach you something true. A twin soul is something else. A twin soul is the other half of your own soul, expressed in a separate body, breathing in a separate chest, walking through the world as if they are their own person. And they are, until they find you. And then something happens that neither of you can undo. The two halves recognize each other, not through the mind, through something older, through the part of you that existed before you had a name, before you had a body, and before you had a story. That would be through source. And the recognition is mutual, always. Not one person hoping and the other indifferent. Not one person sure and the other uncertain. Both of you at the same time with the same unshakable knowing. You look at each other and the world goes quiet. And in that silence, something speaks without language. But here is where the story turns strange. Because before twin souls find each other, they almost find each other. Not once, but often many times. And the near misses, when you finally trace back to them, may take your breath away. These were not parallel lives. Your lives were completely different. Different histories, different wounds, different everything. But the roads were converging slowly, relentlessly, across the years, across decades, across geography that should have made the meeting impossible. And yet, here you are, sitting beside the person your entire life was quietly bending toward. Now let's talk about what happens to the body. Because from the moment of recognition, twin souls experience something that the rational mind will spend years trying to explain away. The pull. It's magnetic, not like attraction, not like desire, though desire lives inside it like a flame inside a lantern. Magnetic like gravity, like the tide answering the moon, like something that operates beneath choice, beneath will, beneath everything you thought you knew about love. Twin souls do not like to be apart. And this is not dependence. It certainly isn't codependence. This is not a wound dressed up in devotion. This is a body recognizing its other spiritual half and protesting when that half moves out of range. When twin souls are together, even silently, even across a room, something flows between them. A current, an exchange, as if the energy inside one of them doesn't fully just belong to one of them. It circulates, it moves, it feeds them both. They are generators for each other and receivers for each other simultaneously and constantly. Not always in a way that drains, usually in a way that sustains. Like two candles placed close enough that their flames merge into one. brighter together, steadier together, more luminous together than either could be alone. Remove one and the other still burns, but it flickers and it knows. Here's where the language we use in this world begins to fail, because the most sacred part of the twin soul experience is not the passion, though the passion is extraordinary. The most sacred part is the quiet, the hours, and there are many of them, when twin souls are simply in the same space, working on separate things, reading, thinking, breathing, not speaking, but connected in a way that silence cannot interrupt. Something moves between them in those hours, something I can only call energy, though that word is too thin for what it is. It's more like an aura that has merged, a field that surrounds them both, warm, thick, alive, circulating between their bodies as if they share one atmosphere. You can feel it in the room. You can't see it, but you can sense it. The way you sense someone watching you before you turn around. The way you know rain is coming before the first drop falls. It's ethereal and it's daily. Twin souls live inside this field every waking moment, and even in sleep it holds. They breathe differently near each other, their heart rates sync, their bodies settle into a rhythm that belongs to neither of them and both of them at once. This isn't just romance. This isn't just companionship. This is two halves of one soul in every cell, in every quiet breath. What wholeness actually feels like. The world may tell you that passion fades, that the ache of early love softens into something gentler, something calmer, something less. Perhaps that's true for other connections. It's not true for twin souls. The romance between twin souls does not dim with time. It deepens, it thickens, it becomes richer and more multi-layered. The way candlelight becomes more beautiful the longer the flame burns. The way they reach for each other in year 10 carries a devotion that year 1 could not hold, because now that reach contains everything. Every shadow they've faced, every repair they've made, every morning they woke up and chose each other again, knowing exactly what it costs and what it gives. The physical connection is not a chapter that closes. It is a language that becomes more fluent with time, more nuanced, more sacred. Twin souls experience intimacy as a form of prayer, not because they perform, but because when two halves of one soul come together, truly together, something opens between them that is not of this world. It is holy, and it is human, and it does not ask permission from either category or from anyone else. It's sensual, it's sacred, it's aching and healing, it's velvet and fire, all at once, always. This is the first part in a series on the twin soul connection that I'll be recording, and it will be available over on my Substack in the very near future. And next week, we have some exciting new changes to announce for the Mystic Widow show and this channel, so I look forward to talking to you about that. And next week's episode is going to be a surprise. In the meantime, from my heart to your soul, with love from the Widow.